vlog number 3, attempt 1 million. Not really good at doing this reading questions and talking thing. Currently 2 weeks, 2 days from my chest op. Nothing's changed from that, and so I'll kind of leave that really as it is. PNI are sending me out a sample as we speak of the new Pure Energy, so I shall keep up to date how that goes. Apparently it's supposed to blow your socks off, so hopefully that will be good. So last time I asked for questions from people to answer, which I will try and answer now. Have to bear with me. Like I said, I'm not really good at this sort of reading and answering whilst videoing myself malarkey. So firstly, Paul McKenzie in short has asked if he has dropped his carbs too low. He currently feels small and he feels skinny, but he knows he's got more fat to lose. In short, really my answer is no. It's a byproduct of dieting. You do sometimes, feel your worst but look your best. So really my answer to that would be try taking weekly refeeds and making sure that you have that little bit of a break, and something to try and make you feel a bit more normal, and to fill you up to make you not feel so skinny, I guess. Next question was Danny Parry. He asked, what is your take on the UKBFF scandal situation right now? It's a tricky one. I don't really know. All I know is UKBFF athletes aren't paid by the federation, so I think it's unfair that they do restrict their athletes where they get to compete. That's pretty much all I can say. That's just an opinion. So the rest of the stuff is not something I can really comment on. So next one. Geraint Foster, carbs for breakfast, yes or no? If you're a hard gainer, then yes, and if you're all out trying to put on, the maximum amount of size you can, then yes. If not, if you are looking to stay in half decent shape whilst putting on some size, then like myself, carb backloading and nutrient timing is something that I'm a massive fan of. So that would be my advice to most people, unless obviously you are a hard gainer. What else do we have? 2 seconds. Graham Crab, what's your opinions of intermittent fasting? Camera won't stay still. There we go. Intermittent fasting, I've never used it, and I've never really looked into it. I'm not the sort of person who will starve themselves. I like my food too much, and I can get myself in, pretty decent shape without having to starve myself. So I don't think it's something that I would use. I know people who have used it and use it well. Nathan Smith, one of the guys who works up at PNI, he has used it and enjoys using it. So I can, that's pretty much the only answer I can give you. Nick Cutts, what federation are you going to compete in once you're back on stage, and why? Well, that's something I'll have to assess, I guess, when I get back in the gym and how I look. Reason I say that was because at 2013, when I went as a super heavy, I vowed I wouldn't go back there until I think I can win. And I think that is a fair attitude to have. So I'm not saying NABBA is any less of a standard. I just think that the super heavy, for me, NABBA is where I started, so I do have quite a bit of loyalty there. Like I said, I'll just kind of weigh it up as it comes. I don't really know. Sean Green, generally for people starting out, what do you value? What value do you think an online coach can bring to the development of a person? Is it worth the small fortune some charge? What would your advice be for selecting one? Would you rather work with someone close to home? What key things would people look out for when choosing a training partner? That's a mouthful. I think coaches are important. It's always handy to have that person there to reassure you, because when you're dieting, you tend to overthink and you don't think logically sometimes. Also, that person, will hopefully teach you a few things, so you can never stop learning. And in terms of picking your coach, ideally it would be somebody who's close to you, but it would be just the right person, really. It would be that person you think can actually help you. If they're close to you, then it allows you to have that bit more of a one-on-one time. It allows you to have that communication, where sometimes there can be a bit of a barrier online. Training partner wise, I'd say you've just got to choose somebody who's looking for the same thing as you. That's a minimum, really, because people just then tend up not turning up for training, and you're not pushing each other hard enough. So you've got to have somebody who's there for the same reasons as you are. Next question. Kerry Williams, who inspires you? I don't know. Inspires me in terms of pro bodybuilder wise, Kevin Levrone. He had the same injury as me and kind of carried on looking awesome. Genetically a freak and should have been Mr. Olympia. But really, the main person who probably inspires me as a person at the moment is probably Josh Whipday. He's a guy that I've got on my Facebook. Have a look for him. He has cerebral palsy and he is a bodybuilder. He is an awesome bodybuilder too. He trains hard. I've trained with him. He has a brilliant attitude, willing to learn, and shows sort of ethic that a lot of people are missing in this sport. So yeah, he does inspire me, and it proves that if Josh can do it, then what's your excuse? Eugene Rowland, what was your reason for first ever picking up a weight? Short answer is rugby. Was signed to a semi-pro rugby team who gave out weight training programs. Funnily enough, because I wasn't big enough, they told me to put some size on, and that kind of backfired. I put too much on and then couldn't run, so turned to bodybuilding. So the last question is off Tom Kennedy. Hey pal, my question is based on carb timing, including pre, post, intra workout. If backloading, how much and when? For me, carb backloading is something that needs to be tweaked. It's not something that you can nail straight away, because the nutrient timing and how your body reacts with it is different to conventional. You would work on macros with conventional diets. You can still use macros, but you can probably eat a lot more with carb backloading. For example, I was dieting conventionally back last year on 2,000 calories, and then Mike Gelsey got me onto carb backloading, upped it to about 5,000 calories, and I was getting leaner, probably in better shape than I'd ever been in. So it's about nutrient timing. You can pull the calories away from where you like, really. The fats throughout the day are such high in calories that you've got plenty of scope there. But I definitely wouldn't use carbs pre-workout. I'd use them intra, post, and maybe then your last meal before bed. But that's obviously the optimal timing, and then keeping record of that and seeing how you respond, and go from there, really. I think that's it in terms of questions for today. I'm not going to keep boring you with blogs that don't really have a lot of reason. So I guess my next blog will be, I'll probably do it from the hospital bed. So it's in 2 weeks' time, really. I'm doing okay with my weight at the moment and everything. I'm still about 19 stone 5, and I'm currently off of everything, which I shall be carrying on, obviously, whilst I'm healing up. Like I said, I'll talk about what I'm going to do with growth hormone and stuff. I'm trying to take it easy in terms of my eating as well. I've been doing a lot of research into the amount of damage that you can do to your kidneys from just the sheer amount of water that a bodybuilder drinks, etc. And just nice to have a little bit of a chill out time while I've got the opportunity, because it's going to be almost impossible to maintain what I've got while I'm not training for 6 weeks. So yeah, so other than that, I guess I'll do our next one in 2 weeks' time. I'll probably do a video pre-operation and post and kind of merge them together so you can kind of see the results of that. I won't really know how the chest looks until it comes out of the sling, like 6 weeks afterwards. So I can kind of tell you what the surgeon said, but that's really it. So yeah, keep it, well, I would say short and sweet, but it's a pretty long one, to be honest. I shall speak to you in 2 weeks' time, and keep an eye out on my page for those P&I products coming out and the reviews. Anyone who wants samples and bits and pieces, get in touch. There are stuff that we can hook you up with. Brilliant products, guys who are genuinely looking out for, for me and for other people, and actually trying to help. They're not a massive money making company like a lot of the big guys. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.